Hello everyone. Today let's talk about asset allocation, the stabilizing force of investment and financial management. Simply put, it helps you distribute your money across different types of assets like stocks, bonds, cash, real estate, and even gold. The goal is to grow your wealth steadily without taking too much risk. So how does this work? What are the core principles and processes? Let's break it down step by step. First, the principle. The core of asset allocation is don't put all your eggs in one basket. Why? Because different assets have different risk and return characteristics. Stocks can rise quickly but can also fall sharply. Bonds are relatively stable but may offer lower returns. Cash is highly liquid but offers almost no return. The purpose of allocation is to combine these assets to complement each other, reducing overall risk while aiming for decent returns. It's like having a balanced diet, nutritious yet not overwhelming, right? Additionally, your allocation should consider your risk tolerance, investment goals, and time horizon. For example, younger people might invest more in stocks for higher returns, while those nearing retirement might prefer more bonds for stability. Now, let's talk about the core process, which generally involves 4 steps. Assess your financial situation and set goals. First, see how much money you have, how long you can invest, how much you want to earn, and how much loss you can tolerate. For example, if you have $100,000, want to buy a house in 5 years, and can tolerate a 10% fluctuation, you need to plan accordingly. Select assets and determine proportions. Based on your goals, choose a mix of assets. Common ones include stocks, bonds, cash, and gold. For instance, an aggressive portfolio might have 60% stocks, 30% bonds, and 10% cash, while a conservative one might be the reverse. The proportions should be adjusted flexibly based on market conditions and your situation. Implement allocation and diversify investments. Once the money is allocated, don't invest it all at once. For example, in the stock portion, you can buy some index funds and add a few industry leaders to diversify risk. For bonds, you can choose government or corporate bonds to reduce the risk of a single asset. Dynamic adjustment and regular review. The market changes every day, and your allocation should keep up. For example, if the stock market rises significantly, the proportion of stocks might exceed your target, so you need to sell some stocks and buy some bonds to maintain balance. Check your allocation annually or semi-annually to see if it still fits. Finally, a practical note. Asset allocation is not a one-time task. It requires continuous learning and adjustment. But if done well, it can make your money safer and returns more stable. It's like sailing a ship. If you steer in the right direction, you can reach the shore despite the waves.